Hey there, folks! Boy, do I have a lot to say about the controversial documentary, Queen Cleopatra, on Netflix. Now, let me start off by saying that this docudrama has been making waves for all the wrong reasons. It has garnered one of the lowest Rotten Tomatoes scores in history. Ouch! So, you've probably heard about the main controversy surrounding this documentary, where people weren't too thrilled about Cleopatra being portrayed as black. But let me tell you, that's not the only thing they got wrong. In fact, there are several major inaccuracies that had me pulling my hair out during the 4 agonizing hours I spent watching this train wreck. Now, the director of this documentary responded to the criticism by asking, "What bothers you so much about a black Cleopatra?" Well, if it's not a big deal to the director, then why change her to black in the first place? If historical accuracy didn't matter, they could have done a better job portraying Cleopatra's true appearance. The documentary even acknowledges that there were 3 primary populations in Egypt at the time: native Egyptians, Greeks, and a significant Jewish community. But guess what? They conveniently ignore the fact that the entire TME family, including Cleopatra, is depicted as black. It's a blatant contradiction that undermines the historical accuracy they claim to be aiming for. Oh, and get this. They selectively remove any images of Roman busts or Egyptian coins featuring Cleopatra's face because it might complicate their narrative of her being black. Seriously? They disregard the physical evidence we have and keep claiming there's no evidence of how she actually looked. But then they go ahead and say a Venus statue was modeled after Cleopatra. It's a mess of contradictions, I tell you. Historians widely agree that Cleopatra, being of Greek Macedonian descent, would have had a fair or light-skinned complexion, just like the other members of the Ptolemaic dynasty. And let's not forget that Northern Africans were predominantly light-skinned. Yet, this documentary wants us to believe that Cleopatra was black without any real-life evidence. It's a disservice to history, and it's frustrating to see. But it's not just about the skin color debate. The documentary fails to delve into Cleopatra's true character. They touch on her being a better ruler than her siblings, but they completely ignore her multilingual abilities. Cleopatra was a linguistic genius who spoke 7 to 9 languages fluently, including the native Egyptian language. It was a crucial tool for her to connect with the Egyptian population and even outsmart her enemies. But this aspect of her character is brushed aside in the documentary. And let me tell you about one of the most absurd scenes in this train wreck. They portray Cleopatra receiving training and then defeating the person who was training her in combat. Seriously? That makes no logical sense whatsoever, regardless of the actress's casting or the color of her skin. It's just pure nonsense. But the absurdity doesn't stop there. The documentary also tries to imply a sexual relationship between Julius Caesar and Cleopatra's younger sister, Arsinoe. There's no historical evidence to support this claim, and it's just another example of sensationalizing a true event. This is not how you make a documentary, folks. Now, I understand the importance of showcasing black heroes and their stories. We need more representation, no doubt about it. But why hijack someone else's history? Why not focus on actual historical figures who were black? Turning Cleopatra black, despite historical consensus on her Greek heritage, just doesn't make sense. That's all for this video. Thanks for watching. If you like video like this, make sure to like and subscribe.